Storm Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Out on the Hillsdale camera, several more cars are out on the roads, and you might have some wipers to go in if you had parked outside. A lot of dew out there because of those cooler temperatures. Speaking of which, if you head out to the bus stop this morning, you'll likely be greeted by the low 50s to even upper 40s. A cool morning becomes a great afternoon, still sunny and highs in the 80s, but eventually we will see the sunshine get covered up. We're talking rain chances coming up as 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News This Morning.
The man accused of assassinating political activist Charlie Kirk, formally charged in court. If convicted, he could face the death penalty by firing squad. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, September 17th. I'm Kirk Montgomery.
And I'm Megan Vaselli. Thanks for waking up with us today. 6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories.
Tyler Robinson, the man investigators say shot and killed Charlie Kirk during an event last week, makes his first court appearance on camera from the Utah County Jail.
Now he's charged with several crimes, including aggravated murder and witness tampering. And prosecuting attorneys confirm they're seeking the death penalty.
Robinson's court appearance yesterday comes as investigators continue piecing together evidence, including a rifle found in the woods after the shooting. This morning, he remains held without bail and is scheduled to be back in court on September 28th. Meanwhile, Kirk's public funeral will take place Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, home to the Arizona Cardinals. President Trump says he will attend.
In this update, a New York judge throws out terrorism charges against Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. This decision rejects the Manhattan District Attorney's theory that the killing was intended to evoke terror. However, the judge kept the other charges in place, including second-degree murder, which requires prosecutors to prove Mangione intended to kill Thompson, but not that he was doing so as an act of terrorism. The ruling to eliminate the top 2 charges in this case spares Mangione from a potential mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Vice President J.D. Vance is visiting Howell today to deliver remarks on tax cuts, marking his 3rd visit within the year. 6 News has been told that the Vice President will speak at 11 o'clock this morning at a precision metal stamping facility on Austin Court near Highland Road in Howell. Now, the FAA has issued a VIP temporary flight restriction here in Lansing from 10:15 this morning to 3:45 this afternoon. Meanwhile, President Trump and the First Lady arriving in the United Kingdom this morning for a rare 2nd state visit to that country.
They're making their way to Windsor Castle for a welcoming ceremony and lunch with the royal family. And as Tina Kraus reports, the president says he'll also talk trade with Britain's Prime Minister.
Soon, President Trump and the First Lady will receive a royal welcome to Windsor Castle for a historic 2nd state visit to the United Kingdom. They'll be greeted by King Charles and Queen Camilla, along with William and Kate, the Prince and Princess of Wales.
My relationship is very good with the UK, and Charles, as you know, who's now king, is my friend.
President Trump's first state visit was back in 2019 with Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace. But with the London landmark under renovation, the spotlight shifts to Windsor with some notable changes.
There's no public access to the President and First Lady really at any point during this whole state visit. But at the same time, it's the full bells and whistles. The royal family, no pun intended, is the biggest trump card this government can play.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer extended the King's invitation to President Trump back in February. The leaders will sit down tomorrow for high-level talks, with trade topping the agenda.
The U.S. remains the UK's largest trading partner. Earlier this year, the 2 countries signed a framework to reduce tariffs on some products, though the UK is hoping for a deal to lower levies on steel and aluminum.
They'd like to see if they could get a little bit better deal, so we'll talk to them.
Overnight, protesters cast a shadow over the royal reception, projecting images of Mr. Trump and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein onto Windsor Castle. It comes just days after Starmer ousted the UK's U.S. ambassador over his ties to Epstein. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
In our nation's capital, Federal Reserve officials convene for a pivotal meeting, and later today, central bankers expect them to announce their first interest rate cut since December. This comes after Monday the U.S. Senate confirmed Stephen Miron, one of President Trump's top economic advisors, to serve on the Fed's Board of Governors. He was sworn in yesterday, meaning he is able to cast a vote at this week's policy meeting. Experts believe the Fed will lower borrowing costs due to several reasons, including mounting signs of a labor market weakness, such as a lackluster job growth over the summer.
Now to our state capital, lawmakers continue butting heads over the state budget. This comes as a government shutdown looms if they can't come to an agreement by October 1st. Governor Whitmer updated Michiganders yesterday on her economic vision for the state, saying she remains hopeful they'll reach a budget in time. After the governor's speech, Senate Majority Leader Winnie Brinks accused House Republicans of getting close to an agreement, then pulling back. 6 News talked with House Majority Leader Matt Hall, who denied those allegations, adding that both sides are remaining tough through negotiations, but they are making some progress.
New this morning, the Michigan Education Board reaching an agreement for Glenn Maleko to be the next state superintendent. He is served as the Dearborn Public Schools superintendent for 10 years and was selected for a 3-year contract on August 26th. The current superintendent, Michael Rice, is retiring in October, with interim superintendent Sue Carnell taking on her position until December, and Maleko following after that.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
There have been a couple of cars now on the road this morning, heading around the roundabout. Those cars are going to be seeing temperatures this morning that have you turning on the heat and then switching over to air conditioning in the afternoon. It's that back and forth kind of season, and it's tied directly to our sunshine. When the sun comes up, our temperatures will soar. 7:21 a.m. that's sunrise time, 7:44 sunset, gives us 12 hours 23 minutes of total daylight today. Without even many clouds showing up in our region, we're going to be seeing that sunshine. The nearest areas of activity over towards our west and also towards our east. Now, this system that's over in the central United States, if you watch it, this is a 3-hour loop here. It barely moves towards the east. Instead, it just kind of goes from south to north. That's the track that's been preventing us from seeing activity of our own. We're just cut off from the main systems that typically track by. It is good news for baby, though. I mean, who could say no to those eyes? Green paws, absolutely, all day today. Those temperatures in the 80s this afternoon, very similar to yesterday. So if you like that, we're doing it again. And if you want cooler temperatures, looks like we might see some more 70s for the end of the week, but that's about as far as we're going to fall.
Not bad.
I mean, not bad at all. They're decent 70s too. Huh?
I just hope the animals are appreciating us as much as we are.
I think
sure
so.
They are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Thank you, Katie.